Hey, hey, hey. Today I want to talk about entering the sanctuary every day. Y'all know I've always shared I grew up in the church, and although I had to, create my own beliefs and values around attending church, I still there's, solid principles and practices that I still do. And I still go to the sanctuary every day. And sometimes I forget. But I want to share and invite you to join me on entering the sanctuary every day. And what I mean by that term is when I think of the sanctuary and how I've used this concept in my life to help me every day, I think of present help. Present help is right here within me. When I think of past or pain, I think of healing. And that's healing within me. Because again, if we're in pain, that's from a past state. It's not from our present, and when we come to the present moment and we feel like we need something, then we ask for help. And that's the present help. So I feel like it's a present help, it's a past healing, and then the hope brings future. And these are three places in which I just every day I go and I grow. It is challenging. It is very challenging because again, I've talked about my power and things that I feel like, I had to take control of these things. But the thing about when you choose to take control and accountability for your own life, it's challenging. It's challenging because it's you versus you. It's you and you. It's you and you and you and you. And that's not in a very I'm lonely way. It's not lonely. It's lonely in one context, but it's not lonely because you do have a support group. I have a great group of family and friends. But the journey is self. It's challenging because you have to take accountability. You have to be real about what you need. And so when I say let's go to the sanctuary every day, I mean it from a real space. This stuff is not cliche for me. These are things that I've done over the years and I'm here to share with you. It's tried and true. I've done these things. I haven't been perfect in them. I'm still growing right beside you, but I want you to know that you do not have to give your power away any longer. You have tools within you, and I try to share many of them with you. I am not a one-stop shop, and I'm never claimed to be, don't want to be, because honey, I can't be. We can't be everything to everyone. But there are so many tools and resources. And one thing I want to remind you is that you have many tools within you. And what I mean by that is, again, in the moment when you need help. I recently was talking to a family member who was going through something really, really challenging. And she actually literally had to drive herself to the hospital. And she told me, what she told me stuck with me. It's like in that moment, her body was under attack. And she just said, God, help me. God help me. And that is powerful in itself. And there's many times you feel like, okay, what can I do in this moment? You need to ask for help. And it literally is an audible voice, help me. And when you say that, you don't know how much power you're giving yourself in that moment. And do it, try it. The next time you feel like you can't take it anymore, again, present moment, help, ask for help. Ask for help. Do not go to the past things you used to do. You can't. If you return to the past things that you used to do when you're in the present of distress, you're still back to where you began. I had to choose new things. I began to choose new things when I felt, instead of getting on my knees, and I still pray. I had a conversation around prayer with someone. Oftentimes when you start choosing new things, people ask you like, well, what do you still do this? You still do that? It's not so much about, I'm not against anything. I'm just open to new things. I'm open to things that actually work for me. When I say find your truth, or when I talk about that, it's really just finding the tools that work for you. I'll be honest here about prayer because I was taught to pray. And I prayed so much and I was on my knees begging and asking for help in so many ways. There is a season of my life I stopped praying, and I'm just being real. And I don't mean prayer meaning I didn't think it worked. If people asked me to pray for them, if I knew people were in distress, I used prayers for other people. But for myself, honey, I got on my knees and onto my feet, as Frederick Douglass said. And that worked for me, and that taught me about me. I returned to prayer, but for that season, I needed to know that I had more power than I was giving myself. So when I talk about my journey, it's very personal, and I don't want to offend people, but the bottom line, if you're offended by it, then again, that's another journey, honey. I had to work on that and still am. We can't be offended by what people say, share their own journey. We have to find what works for us. So when you go out here, social media and just in life, you're going to hear people say a lot of different things. Cling to what holds true to your soul. And my only goal is to help you find your own tools within. So when I talk about entering the sanctuary, try it. In the present moment, ask for help. Go for that walk, open that journal, close your eyes, do something different. Present help is around us. Do something different in the moment of present help. In the moment when you feel like you need healing, because it's coming from your past, you have past thoughts, because again, that's past. If you have hurt, you have pain, and your body or whatever, physically, emotionally, financially, that's past. You need healing. Ask, how can I heal myself in this moment? What can I do to bring me some healing? Ask that question in that moment, right there on the spot, whether you're driving, whether you want to get on your knees, lay on your back, honey, I don't care what you do. Ask, do something different, but ask for healing and do the things that can make you whole. If you're returning to things that bring pain, if you're returning to the medicine cabinet and not choosing things that bring you healing in a different way, then you'll have the same results. We'll have the same results. Again, I'm on this journey with you. And then I always say hope for the future. In the moment when you're confused or you feel down and out, for I know the plans that I have for you. For I know the plans I have for you. Find you a scripture, find you some quotes, find you something in which you can cling on to and get to work on your dreams, honey. Get to work. Get to work. Get to work on those F-bombs. Get to work on that personal development. And I'm not talking about go out here, dig ditches, blood, sweat, and tears. Oh, it takes that. But it's not that type of work. It's a true opening. It's a reservoir within that we all have. It is a journey. It's a journey. So enter that sanctuary every day. If you're going to physical sanctuaries, continue to do that if that's what you choose. This is not against anything. This is for everything that allows us to grow and be the best version of ourselves. And I don't really know too many sanctuaries that's open 7 days a week, 24 hours. But I do know one, and that's within. So have a beautiful, beautiful day and continue to put one step forward.